Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News or Access Row, however the flip you know me on these interwebs, and I'm bringing you guys a quick recap of what happened during our Major 3 tournament hosted by the Toronto Ultra. Now, kicking things off, we of course started with winners round 1 at 1:30 p.m., where you guys know I thought the LA Thieves would get the job done against New York Subliners, and the Subliners handled business. They stood on business, and they got the 3-1 over the LA Thieves, making them look absolutely terrible in the process. In our next series, we had Atlanta FaZe, my home team, FaZe up. See, I got the jersey on. They got a 3-1 victory over the Miami Heretics to the surprise of absolutely no one. Heretics took an S&D, but that was a theme that we will touch on later with FaZe's performance on the weekend. In our next series, we, of course, had the hosts, Toronto Ultra, taking on the Seattle Surge. I mean, like we'd all expect, Ultra walked away with the victory. Ended up being a 3-1 in favor of the Surge, which is good for them going forward. Now, in our last matchup of the day, we had OpTic Texas taking on the Carolina Royal Ravens. And I thought it'd be a DoorDash, but of course, Carolina walked away with the control, I think. So, solid showing from Miami, of course, Seattle and Carolina. Thieves, they performed well in the stage, but then on land, did not perform well at all. So that's all that can be said. That wraps up Thursday. So kicking things off on Friday, we start with elimination round 1. You guys know I thought that my Vegas Legion boys would get a hot 3-0 over the Miami Heretics because I thought they would be riding a wave of momentum given the roster change that they made, but they were not riding a wave. They were riding their flights back home. So yeah,
embarrassing.
3-2. Legion was the final score. Great series. Went down to the wire, but Vegas ran out of gas. Now in our next series, we had the LA Thieves taking on the Boston Breach. This was a Game 5 barn burner. If you missed it, go back and watch it. This was one of the better series of the weekend. Both of these teams were very evenly matched, and it showed in this series. So definitely back and forth, fun one. Yeah, go back and watch it if you missed it. I thought it'd be Subliners versus Breach. I was very wrong. So in our next series, we had Rokkr versus Surge, and I thought it'd be a 3-1 for Surge. I thought it'd be Respawn Diffie, and it was. So 0-4-4. In our next series, we, of course, had Carolina Royal Ravens taking on LA Guerillas. I thought it would be a similar story. Guerillas probably take S&D, and then Carolina takes the response. And I think that's what happened. So, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary there. So, in our next matchup in elimination round 2, we, of course, kicked it off with the Miami Heretics taking on the LA Thieves. And to the shock of everyone, the Miami Heretics actually sent the Thieves home on Friday night. So, that was an interesting way to end our Friday. But we, of course, kicked things off on Saturday with a really interesting matchup. We had the Seattle Surge taking on the Carolina Royal Ravens. You guys know I thought this one was kind of a 50-50 given the form of both teams, but I did favor the Royal Ravens going into this just because Clay and the boys, but 0-4 and the boys came out with it. They came out hot, and they looked great. So they walked away with that victory pretty convincingly with a 3-1. Now, in the winner's side of the bracket, we, of course, had Atlanta FaZe taking on the New York Subliners, and they got a hot 3-0 over the Subliners, who you guys know I said last week was on fraud watch. I said Subliners and Ultra were on fraud watch, given how they performed in the stage. Ultra cleared, Subliners did not. More on that later. In our next matchup, we, of course, had Toronto Ultra taking on OpTic Texas. You guys know I thought OpTic would walk away with the victory since they've really owned this matchup on the season. But, hey, different Toronto, different day, different place, and they definitely walked away with the victory in dominant fashion, I might say. Now that leads me back to the elimination side of the bracket, where on Saturday we had the New York Subliners taking on the Seattle Surge. You guys know I thought it would be a 3-2 for the LA Thieves over the Carolina Royal Ravens. So upper team falling, I thought would win, and that's what ended up happening. I know, revisionist cheese. You're gonna say that, but yeah. So MISL 3-1 over Surge. And then on the top side of the bracket, we had OpTic, who fell obviously after losing to Toronto, taking on their age-old rivals, Miami Heretics, formerly the Florida Mutineers. And OpTic got the job done with the 3-1, as pretty much everybody would expect. Now, in our next series, we, of course, started off elimination round 4 going into Sunday, keeping up with it. I know it's a lot, but this is our first match. Sunday, we had OpTic Texas taking on the New York Subliners. This was for top 4. Whoever got this got 4th place. So OpTic, of course, got the Game 5 dub, and they kept on dancing. Now, on the winner's side of the bracket, we, of course, had FaZe taking on the host, Toronto Ultra. And actually, Ultra got it done 3-2, round 11. Scrap put them on the table, and they just made the play, and that's how it got done. So in our elimination finals, we of course had the FaZe OpTic rematch. Everybody loves. Crowd was really into it. It was just a fun match. Went all the way to game 5, and OpTic got it done. So FaZe was sent home with a top 3 finish. Yeah, and that was interesting. Their S&D was just not good this weekend, and that was a difference maker. Now OpTic, they went all the way to the grand finals, and they actually won it. They 4-0'd Toronto, and yeah, it was crazy. So great tournament. One of the better ones we've had. Super exciting. Lots of plot twists and turns. Super, super exciting. If you miss any of the matches, go back and watch a lot of them. They were amazing. Yeah, and congrats to the Green Wall. Congrats to OpTic again on winning. 800 days is crazy. Can't relate. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoy this one. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. Green Wall, please don't come after me. I used to be an OpTic fan, but they line up for accuracy broke me. I can't lie. So yeah, only FaZe from here on out. Yeah, but catch you guys on the next video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed Major 3 if you're OpTic fan. I know you did. And we go again for stage 4 and then again for champs hosted by OpTic Texas. No bias there. But yeah, guys, enough rambling for me. Catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Christian Pigs for Snoozer X rotation. However the flip you know me now. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.